Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear.
Oh, yeah, but it ain't really my worthless 2 cents. It's actually speak on it. I just stole that thing from my worthless 2 cents, for some reason, the queen ain't got together with the country boy, so we can go do our own promo for speak on it. But that's all right. So I stole the old country boy thing, and I just used that little thing right there. But look here, ain't nothing like speak on it. Ain't nothing in the world like speak on it. And look here, I'm gonna shut my triple trapper here in just a minute, but I'm gonna tell y'all right here. Look, I got the memo late in the game. What memo you talking about, country boy? The memo about what we gonna talk about tonight. Boy, look at him, look at him, look at here. I don't know it. Wait a minute, that old country boy looking. You know I'm looking for my old hanky. Up there it is. Look at here. I'm gonna tell y'all tonight. Look at here. Woo! The queen, I'm sorry, the diva came up with one. Tonight, the conversation. I don't know if y'all ready, but I'm telling you, boy, look here. I'm on open mouth and I already said it. I don't know for sure, but I do assume tonight it's gonna be some tear dropping. Oh, country boy cries. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I cried in a minute. It's gonna be some tear dropping. It's gonna be some walls falling, but it's gonna be some healing. It's gonna be some helping. Boy, look at here, cause ooh, that thing. Boy, she put a thing. I don't know if y'all ready. What y'all? If you ain't read what the topic is tonight, it's real. Look, I'm gonna come 100. I'm gonna come 100. I know the diva got some stuff on her heart. She gonna come 100. Look, we gonna roll it out there tonight. I don't know if we're going for 20 minutes. I don't know if we're going for 30. I don't know if we're going for an hour, but I know we gonna go. We're gonna go as long as the good Lord tell us we need to go. Cause it's gonna be real tonight. I'm telling you right now. I already know it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So without further ado, old country boy gonna shut up his mouth. I'm excited as all get out. I'm telling you right now. So look here, y'all see my co-host right there. There she is. There she is. There is the diva herself. The diva herself. So diva, Diva! Hi, Diva. How you doing? She
Oh,
jumping over. Oh Lord, I don't know.
I'm looking up here and I was like, okay, things are frozen, but it's not.
Oh Lord,
Okay.
she look. She must be excited. Look, she came up with the topic, so I know she's excited. Diva, how you doing?
Am I excited?
I know I am. Look. I done put. Look here. I got on my T-shirt right here. I got from down there in New Orleans. It's old Gussie fried chicken. Y'all know how I like to eat. But Gussie gave me the free shirt.
And I
I'm
didn't
gonna be.
learn that you like to use some chicken.
I like to eat some chicken. I'm
You
telling you
like
right
you like
now.
some chicken. What's that gold? Is it golden chicken?
Golden Corral, golden chicken, golden corral, anywhere fried
Well,
chicken,
I got
turkey
this on
chicken.
because
What
this is
that
what
is?
we need.
More love, more love. Well, look here. After, woo, after that, look, what was that topic you put?
He pain and disappointment,
Mm,
and what is the lesson in it? Because I do know, as I grow and on journey growth, my growth journey, it can be both ways. Anyway, my growth journey and spiritual journey. I'm learning that I'm supposed to learn something from some of these things. Now I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be real, like I tell you, unapologetically, that I ain't all the way there yet. I am
ain't
not
no,
perfect.
look, ain't none of us all the way there.
So even though I'm trying to get to a step up, I'm trying to step up, move forward, let some things go. I started to have a vision board outside. I can show y'all. I say let go, move forward, and I have a picture of a box as a metaphor, and it has an arrow that shows outside. Getting outside of this box that I've kept myself in for so many years for these people who I thought loved me and I thought were a part of my life, would be a part of my life forever, and they whatever. So me moving past that, so I can move forward. If you hold on to that stuff forever, you just can't move forward. So my point is, I say all the time, I've been saying for the new year that gotta let go, but I want people to understand that it doesn't happen overnight. There are going to be things that are going to come up in your life that you're trying to let go of, or you be thinking you let go of. What you swatting at over there?
A dadgum mosquito. He gonna get something up out of him. Ain't finna suck in no
It's gonna
blood
get
up.
on up out of.
Get on up out him now.
Okay, so let me pin that and go funny for a minute. My sister-in-law, man, if I tell you that girl can hit a fly, as long as she got a fly swatter, I can't hit a fly for this. That girl that hit a fly swatter and they all gone. But anyway, I do want, and I was really thinking about this after I talked to you earlier today. My sister be calling me and I be on my show. But
look here. Look, while she up there designing stuff, she needs to be watching this show. Now we be promoting you. Look here, you need to be watching this show. Look, I'm gonna tell you. You put a pin in that one. Let me tell you what I do. Here's what I do. I'm kind of like your sister. My sister go to church every Sunday morning, same time, right? You know what I do for her? I phone check her. I know by right time she's supposed to be in church. Now I call. Yeah, I haven't given her that phone yet.
Remember, it's Black History Month, y'all. Bold, black, and beautiful.
Hi.
So as I was thinking about today, because I had a great day. Let's just start there. I had a really good day. Thank you for checking on me in the mornings like you normally do. And when I don't get back to you soon, that means things going on at work. I actually, even to tell you how great my day was, I actually even won in a raffle, and I never win stuff.
What?
So I won in a raffle today. Didn't win it for me, but I won it for the school. A performance by young audiences of Houston that will be able to come to the school and do a performance. That is, if that crazy little principal let it happen, how she is. But my friend, my coworker, okay, well, if she crazy and don't let you use it, give it to me. So anyway, so it was good. So when I got off, some things happened that we'll get more into in a little bit. But I sometimes, and why I'm telling talking about this is because I want people to understand that even if you're trying to get away from something, you're trying to let something go, you're trying to move forward, it is okay that it's going to take time, because it's going to take time. So it's okay if you slip into get upset or I want to fuss or curse or whatever it is you got to do to get it off your chest or talk about it. It happens. It's not going to happen overnight. And so I blame myself sometimes. Like, I feel guilty. I said to you today that I'm not trying to whine, is what I said, because I don't want people to. And I said I don't want people to think I'm whining about it, because I'm supposed to be getting over this. But it's okay to whine for a little bit. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to get out and vent and move forward, because that's how you heal. That's how you help. And I want to talk about things, and I think we should all talk about things. And of course, everybody doesn't want to talk about everything, and I get that. But I feel like talking about certain things, even if you're going through it, you've gotten over it, it helps other people that have been through it or going through it to make you understand that it's not just you. Right. It helps them understand it's not just them, rather. Because I mean, something small as, I can't even think of anything right now that I said. Something happened the other day at work or whatever. And I thought, I'm so glad you said that, because it made me know I'm not crazy. You know what I mean? So I like to talk about things. I like to hear other people talk about things, so you can know that you're not in it alone.
Right. Right.
And your experience and you and I talk all the time, so I know that you've experienced things that I've experienced, and it helps us both to talk and encourage, if anything.
And I'm sorry, what I'm doing right now, I'm pulling up a screenshot. I'm putting it right here in front of me of what the show was about. Because when I saw it and I told you, I was like, ooh, and I think I posted and the same thing I said at the beginning of the show. For me, it's a real one. I have a lot of fun, a lot of stuff, but finding the lesson in disappointment and pain.
Yes.
Boy, when I read that, I was like, "Ooh, wow."
Wait a minute. But remember, guess what I called you and said today?
Hmm.
I need you to give me. I was upset, and I said, "Give me a title for today's show." I don't have one. I can't come up with one because I'm mad. I'm upset. Whatever. And look, as soon as we had that little conversation, that little pep talk. As soon as I held the phone and I got the H&R Block, I was like, "I got
Yeah.
it."
You know, wow. And for me, you know, reading that, here's so many questions come up. And you've asked me this before. You've asked me, so what'd you learn? So what'd you learn? What'd you get from it? Um, finding, huh, when you, man, finding the lesson. And that is so deep. And I hope that this one, and I don't run my triple trapper too much about finding the lesson in disappointment and pain. But I will say this for me. My first question, not outwardly, but inwardly, was why did it affect me like that?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Why did what somebody did or didn't do or said or didn't say, why did it affect me so much?
Yeah. Good question.
When I had to, I don't know. Again, you tipped that thing. I'm telling you, you got whoo. For me, I don't know about nobody else, but it wasn't about that person.
Mm.
It wasn't about that situation. It wasn't about that thing. That person, that situation, that thing only was the tip of the iceberg. See, we often want to look at the tip of the iceberg and think that that's where it starts.
Mm.
But for me, finding the lesson in disappointment and pain meant something that I talked so much about. What it meant for me was going back to the place of where it originated from. Where did it start from? Because that last person that stepped on my feet wasn't the one that pissed me off. It was because I was holding some stuff from a long time ago to some folks that ran over my feet.
Mm-hmm.
And for somehow I had, I don't know, maybe other folks do. I had allowed it and called myself forgiving them. Key word is call myself forgiving them. But I didn't. And why do I know I didn't? It's because when the last person stepped on my feet, boy, I exploded like a volcano. Why? Because it wasn't because, see, we are all volcanoes. Understand this. We are all volcanoes. Ready,
Mm-hmm.
ready to erupt. We are all volcanoes because we are volcanoes because if we don't start dealing with the stuff that's bubbling underneath, that last thing that happened causes all that acid to come gushing out.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, when I read it, what is the lesson in disappointment and pain? For me, my lesson was let me find out where it originated from. See, because if I don't do that, then somebody else gonna come along and do something. And just like Bernice said, they're gonna trigger this. They're gonna have a I ain't finna I'm in order, I can't control nobody. I can't keep this to myself. We cannot control what other folks do, what other folks say. The only thing we are responsible for is how we react to it. That's ours. That is on us. It is on us to be like, you know what? Boy, they sure done pissed me off. Now, why they sure pissed me off?
But when you think, but do you think about? I may say that terminology. Oh, that made me mad. That made that pissed me off. But I think when I sit by myself and I'm reflecting, or if I'm talking to a good friend such as you, I realize I'm not angry and I'm not pissed off. I'm hurt.
Hurt. Yeah.
I'm hurt and I'm full of pain. I'm full of rejection. I'm full of betrayal. I'm full of that. You said something about when I said, when I was telling you the story, you, without knowing me for a million years, you said right off the bat that hit it. That you said, I understand that you've been hurt. Of course, by this group of people, you've been hurt so much, and then it happens again, and then it happens again, and so you're at the point of, and so you started talking. I want you to say that here about Pastor Keon.
Yes.
What did he say about when things keep happening?
Yes.
To you?
That was one of the most touching messages I heard. He said that when things keep happening, you are now aware of the spirit that is connected to you, the spirit that has been pointed to you. That's the one. Whatever it is, that thing that keeps happening over and over again. That I often say it, just like he said. Here's that thing. Our cross, and we all have it. Our cross that we must bear is not that thing that we can easily overcome. That's not our cross. People, hear me today when I tell you this. If you can put down that piece of cake, that ain't your cross.
That ain't the cross. It's
that thing that you can't shake. It's that thing. It's that thing. That is your cross. And you have to figure out, why is this my cross? What is this cross? See, that thing that keeps circling and circling back around. People act like it don't. Let me tell you something. Who? That woman, that man may change their shape, they may change their size, but that spirit that keeps coming back around, you be like, boy, you somebody else in a different body, because that's that thing that's attached, that's coming at you. It is coming at you. So you have to figure out, what is it about this thing? What is it?
Yes, let's keyword things, because we want people to know we're not necessarily talking about relationships here. Romantic relationship. We are talking about, because definitely in my case, child, we ain't somebody, but I'm just, I mean, make sure that's clear in case that person on here being nosy. I'm talking about you.
No.
I'm talking about a whole group. We talking about a variety of things.
A variety. I mean,
I just thought I'd throw that in there.
Look, it's that keeps coming back. That's our battle, and a lot of us want to sugarcoat it and fake it like it's not, and act like that's that thing. That acting like I done got past something, or I done got over something, or I forgave something. I forgave it. You know that thing they say, "Ooh, I can forgive, but I sure can't forget." I can't forget. And I understand that thing stays in our mind. But here's the thing about something staying in our mind, it don't have to attach to us like that. When we allow stuff to attach to us and have control over us, see, let me tell you something. God gave us dominion over things. See, when we allow things to control us, and we become so this and that, and I don't care if it's people or places or whatever it is, we allow those things. We are giving those things more than we are giving God.
Absolutely. Jobs, people, things.
And if you can't find, I keep going back to it. That thing that keeps circling back around. I don't care if it's 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, 2 years. Bam, you wake up, there it is again. That thing is that spirit that is attached and has been sent to you.
So in that case, though, when we talk about this, and what Pastor Keon said, that it's something that's been put on you for a reason. just like I think I mean, I don't know if I've told you this, but years ago, I asked my pastor, I was like, when in his office, because one thing about Miss Trina, I will ask anything. When I go on job interviews, they be like, well, I need people to go in the child. They might tell me no, but I tap on your shoulder and ask you whatever it is I want to know, whether you want to answer it or not, that's on you. But if I asked him what I mean, and it's been, my kids were little, and I asked, I said, so tell me this. I know we go through, but not how many times I got to go through. And so I don't even remember what the answer was because I'm still going through. But it comes to you like, my goodness, I thought I got this. I got, but I do know, and because I said this to my daughter today. Let me back up a little bit. So in this thing about things coming back, my daughter called me today and we had a conversation about, and it kind of hit home before I got here and had that other thing happen. And she was just saying how, people are just they're just finding reasons just to think I'm a horrible person. And I have that feeling all the time. Like, people just don't like me. Now, she don't care. She's different than me in that part. She could care less. But you have that thought, and it's a miserable thought to think people just don't like you. Like, what did I do to make people just not like me? But she was saying it for a different reason, that people look like they're just trying to find a reason to make me the bad guy, is what she was saying. And she talked through it and was just saying that, she does have a stern personality. Right. She's black and white. She's going to say what she got. She's a straight shooter. Everybody can't handle that. But she was just saying that sometimes, and she says she never wants to say people are jealous of her, right? But because people are expecting her to be a certain way when they see her, and she's not. She's actually a friendly girl once you get to talking to her or whatever. Right. But when you say things that she doesn't like, she says something, but then she's done with it. And everybody doesn't expect, y'all, my mom's still hurting. My point that when she shared that with me today, it made me think about me too, that, wow, this is just and again, she takes it differently than me, is because her personality is different to where, well, today I heard her care, because I normally say my daughter don't care about none of that, but today I heard it. As she's talking, I heard it. Her trying to figure out in her mind to a certain extent, why are people trying to make me the bad guy? She talked through it, because I just was kind of listening. I threw in something every so often to say, everybody can't take that, but she talked herself through it. And the point to what I was saying was that she keeps going through that too. It keeps coming back to her about, someone's when she was in high school, her sponsor to her student council said, Jasmine, you're borderline rude. And her statement to her was, well, no, Miss K, I'm not rude. It's just that I'm very straightforward. I want people to understand, if I say something is blue, that is really blue. It's not blue with stars, blue with rainbows, blue with that. It's blue. So she's just very straight. And but anyway, to hear her speaking of that today was very interesting before I came home and got that dealt with what I was dealing with. Right. But people tend to we've got to figure out a way to know what the lesson is. Because even with my daughter, as I'm thinking, I'm saying, so what is the lesson in this? And she kind of came up, I won't go too deep in her because that's her personal thing, but she came up with some things just on her own of the lesson that she got to learn out of that, and that she got to keep being who she is. Me, and some things that happened to me, well, in general, for all of us, how do you figure out what that lesson is? How do you figure out what that lesson is? I mean, I know you can pray on it and you can listen for the voice of God, if you will. But also I think it's important. It's important to learn the lesson, but it's also important to know that it may not be you.
And the thing is this. And I'm not trying to be on my whole, but the things that we're doing, are they good things or God things? The way that we're walking, is it a good thing or a God thing? How we're speaking to people, is it a good thing or a God thing? See, everybody ain't. When we do certain things or act certain ways or how we are we being an example of Him or how we want to be? At the end of the day, At the end of the day, after it's all over, when we're sitting in our lonely rooms by ourselves, can we look up and say, God, are you pleased
And in
with
our
how?
case, in her case, she is. I mean, I personally, this is just me, don't feel like, when they talk about what would Jesus do, when they say that, I mean, I'm sure Jesus was pretty damn straightforward. I'm sure he said what he needed to say, not being rude. Everyone's perception is different. Just like I told you at work, the little crazy people in there, because I said that I can kind of repeat what I say. I didn't say it rude, but I said, I mean, I hear basically you're trying to snitch on me, but I can repeat that. Like I said it out loud. So I don't have a problem with you repeating that. And they see that as rude. As a matter of fact, I even started out with, now I'm trying to be rude, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I meant what I said, and I will repeat it. It's not a problem. Someone else they would perceive that as rude because other people aren't as straightforward, or they're fearful of what they said. Or
And,
they said something they didn't mean for other people to hear them say.
right.
What I said,
And that is also a good thing. And here's again
mm-hmm.
what, and I don't know how we can
I
roll
don't
now.
understand what you mean when you say, is it your way or God's way? Because what I'm speaking of is when because I don't know if you're speaking of me or what I was just talking about when you say that.
I'm just talking about how we
me?
carry. No, I'm just saying how we carry ourselves. Just
Gotcha.
are we doing? Okay. Are we walking? Are we walking it through life as it? Are we carrying ourselves? And a lot of people, again, biblically speaking, we forget when Jesus walked, when he walked into a place and they had certain customs, he didn't go like, oh, y'all can't do that because I just walked up in here. Yeah, hold up. Y'all need to change what y'all doing or how y'all talking. When I walk into a place, if that's their place and how they carry themselves, guess what? I have a choice again. Either I can continue to stay in their place, but I can't be in their place and complain about them in their place. Because I have now entered into their dominion. So what we have to do again, when I say that, it's everyday walk. When I'm talking about we walk in love, we walk in compassion with others. Yes, not everybody can handle people who are strong, people who are straightforward. Again, when we offend people, they are offended by, again, what was that thing I said? It's because there's something underneath their iceberg. And it's not for me to say, oh, wait a minute. Everybody has to take inventory of themselves and find out, why did this, whatever this may be, offend me? Why? Wait a minute. Let me sit down and say, why am I offended by this? For me, that was my lesson, is again to say, okay, you know what? I need to figure out why they almost made me mad. Why they almost triggered me? What was it? What area have I not grown in? Because see, our hardest tests are in the areas that we still need work on. Again,
absolutely.
It's that cross thing. Like, hold on, wait a minute. That's the area where I'm being tested.
Yeah.
That's the area.
I hear you. And I hear you. But it's like, and I know that it keeps coming around to you because that's the area. Okay. Like I told you, I think I said on the show a while back that when I walked off from that particular job, because I ain't doing that with y'all no more. I know my value, I know my worth. But then when I left that job, I left for a job making less money and a whole bunch of other little things. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna show you had all that faith to walk off that job. Let me go and give you a couple other little things. Let's go see what you're gonna do with that, so I can see if you have all that faith in me, right? So I mean, I can sit back and say, okay, you took some money out of my pocket, and so I'm able to sit back and say, okay, I see what you're doing, and I do believe in. I know even with the situation that where I'm at now, it's like, I see what you're doing. I got you. And I do. I see you saying, I'm going to make you deal with this amount of money until you figure out how to handle that amount of money. Then I can give you more. You know, I accept that. But when people are mean to you for no reason, when people are just finding ways to not like you, or when they're finding ways to cut you, or they try and find ways to just be devilish and evil to you for really no reason. Mm-hmm. Even if it's something that you may have done a million years ago, which you should have I shouldn't say that on the show with you. So I'm gonna fix that word. That still just means the same thing. If you don't have the gall, I'm gonna say the gall, because I can say a couple other little words, but if you don't have the gall to come and talk to me, have a conversation with me about what must have happened some years ago, because I don't even talk to y'all that much anymore, then that's on you. We done been through COVID and everything else. If it's an issue, come on, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Right. And I ain't talking about no confrontational, no arguing, because I don't want to do it. That I'm not going to do. That's why sometimes I don't reach out to people, because I have done that in my past and it became an argument and we walk away. I did something. So now I really don't. I just be like, I'm just done. I'm done. I'm done. If you ever come want to talk, we can talk, but I'm done, which is not always good. It really isn't, right, because there's no solution. Even though the solution, whether we talk or not, to be honest with you, if you stop talking to me for no reason, if you go around telling everybody you hate me, that's my solution. Is we're just done. I will speak. How you doing? I'm gonna love you.
I'm gonna have to ask you now. I'm gonna have to ask now. When you say that, mm-hmm, you put the done. I don't know how to use this metaphor. You know, I like to use them old things. You done. So you have severed that. Hey, you know what? But let me ask you something. People, oh, here you go. Thank you, Lord. People always talking about, you know, I'm gonna use the scissors. People always talking about cutting things off, right? Mm-hmm. That's fine. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that.
Sometimes it's healthy.
Let me ask you this: when you cut something, if you take a piece of thread and you cut it, right? Mm-hmm. Even though you severed it, but mm-hmm, what happens to it if you don't take care of the two ends?
Well, okay. Well, I see where you're going with that, but I think we're talking about two different things.
Well,
right. I know. You have to still take care of both ends, but guess what? Let me make sure I'm clear. This has been something that, let's just say, we've worked on for a long time, that we worked on before. I'm not going to continue to do that. I think it's unhealthy. I think it's unhealthy to continue in. So just like a relationship,
right?
You don't continue. If you're getting beat up, why would you continue to be there? You just couldn't. I don't know what to do to two ends of the straws, but this ain't it. We're not going to be getting beat down. You ain't going to talk to me crazy. And that's for everybody now. Like, I've always been the yes. Oh, okay. And saying, oh, I got to make sure they like me so they can come to my events. Oh, I got to make sure I, kiss their behinds because so I can do this and so they can do this and so they can be my friend and so they can come to my stuff. Now, let me just say this real quick, and I hope some of them listening. Y'all don't come anyway. So now I'm good because I can say whatever it is I want to say because you ain't coming anyway.
Well, see, and I'm gonna see. Let me tell you.
Cut.
See, and I'm so glad this conversation, because now what it, in my opinion, I don't know. I'll just be jibber jabbing. What I think can happen now is that we can reduce the heat in the bottom of that volcano. See, because and over the time that we've talked, what I've felt is sometimes what has happened is like, what you call this stuff, the lava has come up, okay? The lava has come up, then it goes back down, and the lava's come up and it goes back down. See, but at the point of going like, okay, even with the things you talk about, how does this keep coming back around? See, now it's time to, like, you know what, either let that lava out.
Trina's Truth is coming soon. Unapologetically me.
Let the lava out, or
let the lava.
And or just finally go like, okay, let's
Been there.
Because we have a hard time, all of us. I know I did. I struggled with trying to figure out the lesson. I struggled with going back and getting
Yeah.
slapped again and slapped again and slapped again because why this, Lord, why this? What? You- I asked the question. I ain't no better than nobody else. Lord, why? What is it? What is it? But it was the fact that Mama couldn't tell me, Daddy can't tell me, auntie, first cousin, sister, brother. Nobody can bear my cross but me. Nobody.
Right.
Nobody can bear it. Nobody can go like, okay, let me go back to that thing that caused this from the beginning. That thing that we covered up, or as I've said many a times before, go back to that spot. That spot that we pretended was healed when it really wasn't, when all underneath it was a bunch of rotten, stinky stuff that I never got out, that we never get out, but we
Mhm.
pretend. So when Sally Mae or Jimmy Joe come and I'm gonna mess with you, open the refrigerator, you like
That's it. You out of here. Don't go in my refrigerator. You owe his own. But you know what, country boy? The thing about you, just like what you said, sometimes you'll be telling me stuff, and I'm listening. And you and I, of course, there's things we won't talk publicly, but we can talk around it. Things that we've talked about have been very personal. And as a friend, I feel that, and you've said this to me, that neither one of us are always right. And I am gonna call you out, which is a friend that can hear me. Whether you
right.
agree with me or not, I can say that. So when you said some things to me regarding some things, let's just say relationships, I have said, what have you learned from that?
Yep.
And the great, wonderful thing about you've been able to come back with what you learned. There are people that can't accept that they were supposed to learn anything. There are people that can't accept that they did something wrong.
Yeah.
Your growth, the positive thing about you is that you know the things that you may have done wrong. You say things sometimes about on the show about what did you do, even though I don't always agree with you saying that, because sometimes you didn't do nothing. I mean, there are times that you really didn't do things to people, because I am not perfect, Lord. I ain't perfect. I'm trying to get close, but I ain't gonna never be perfect. So there are literally some people I just don't like, and there's no reason. Don't like them. Spirit. I ain't gonna tell that lie. I don't know if it's the spirit they got. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it. Now, I'm not gonna treat them mean,
Right.
but there will probably not be somebody that's in my presence.
I mean, and that's
I ain't even, and look, I ain't gonna remember their name. Let me tell you a funny story. Someone who actually is pretty cool now with me, but she one day I would see her at this particular venue that I go to a lot, and she would be she was hanging out with a friend of mine. And so when I would see her, and I mean, I didn't know her name. And so I would always say, "Oh, no, what's your name?" Now, mind you, I didn't realize that I was asking her that every time I saw her, but apparently I was. But after it was brought to my attention, I did say, "Now, what's your name again?" What? And then let me just tell y'all, I don't remember what happened to me yesterday. I do so much stuff, I don't even know. So that's one thing. But anyway, when she confronted me one night at another venue when she was without my friend, and just said, I just couldn't stand you at one time. I was like, well, why? What did I do? Which I started saying, child, join the crowd, because a whole bunch of them don't like me. Bitch, I would. You don't even have to have no reason. But anyway, she said to me, which still is crazy to this day, but again, she cool. We cool now. But she said, I couldn't stand you because every time, her name was Kim, was my friend. So every time Kim, you bring you around, you come asking me what's my name. And I would say, that heifer know my name. And what I said back, which some people would have probably seen as rude, but that's just as rude for you to let me know this. So I said, and I wasn't really, sometimes I don't know that I'm being snippy or rude until someone says it. So what I said was the truth. Well, I said, I didn't know you though. And I'd ask you your name every time, probably because you were not someone I planned to be around that often. So I didn't need to remember your name.
Right.
Now that we cool, I know your name. And later on, somebody said, I can't believe you said that. And I had to think about what I said. And I was like, it was true. That's how I felt. You were like a non-factor to me. So I didn't need to remember your name. However, I did realize, okay, that wasn't the way to say that. It's what I meant.
Right.
Definitely what I meant. But maybe I could have found another way to say it. So when you say, "What did you do?" Those are one of those times I can say, "Okay, I get it." And I tell people all the time, sometimes you have to tell me that I said something. Now, and I'm not gonna apologize to you for what I meant, but I will apologize if I said it in a way that came
Right.
off rude or aloof.
How it was delivered.
How it was delivered. Because
Right.
I mean, and I really mean that. Like, why did I need to know you? Why did I need an extra name in my memory bank? And I ain't gonna be hanging out with you. I mean, I know that ain't nice.
I don't even remember the name of some of the people I hang out with.
Thank you. But my thing was, it was so funny that's why she did not like me, because I had to ask her name more than once. Like, what, girl, for real, girl? I didn't even plan on hanging out with you.
I mean, but
So,
and again, see, that goes back to the other thing about when people are offended. Then why was that a offense for her? You know, I mean, but that's not your question.
it ain't my
I'm
question.
saying, but
Yeah,
that's
for
the
her.
question again for people who refuse to do that is again ask the question, why does this
Bother
offend
you.
me? When we take that time, see, for me, I can only speak about this old boy again that
Right.
love Gus chicken. If y'all want to feed me, I like to eat. I'm sorry that I just throw that up in there. I like to eat.
Too bad we
Anyway,
can't go to Jack's Friday, so we supposed to do our meetup at Jack, but we're gonna find us something else to eat Friday. It ain't gonna be no fried chicken. I'm gonna let you know that now, because I don't like chicken with the bone.
I
But go
know you
ahead.
don't like chicken with the bones. Oh Lord. Oh, you know what? Anyway, look, I was gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you. I'm sorry, I done got off on this. Look, I was gonna tell you the other day. I went to where was I? I think I may have been at my sister's, and she had like chicken without the bone. I was like, but anyway, we ain't
Scott,
gonna,
let me give a plug. Scott Gardner's Rhythm Room have the best chicken without the bone. I know y'all call them chicken tenders, but this ain't no chicken tender. I think they take that chicken off and cut it up real good, because that's some real fried, seasoned chicken. And then they got this Cajun potato salad. Child, you put them two together. Matter of fact, let me tell you how good it is. I take the doggone chicken thing, break it, and stick it in the potato salad and eat it
Oh
like
Lord,
if it's
she done
Scott
made up
Gardner's Rhythm Room.
she
I'm
done
telling
made
you,
a
that's the food right there.
she done made a tender dip.
It'd be so good. I
Hey,
be
look,
home and I be going to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night. Well, I do that anyway. That's why I done got this double chin. I wake up in the middle of the night, go in there, and I don't even like cold chicken, but I go in there refrigerator and grab that piece of thing and dip it in that potato salad and eat it on my way to get back in the bed.
y'all heard it here. New recipe. It's called a tender dip.
But you can only get it from Scott Gardner.
Potato salad and
Potato
chicken
salad will
tenders.
work.
Potato salad and chicken tenders. A tender dip. We got it. Scott, hey Scott, we got a new thing on the menu. Tender dip.
Scott and Cindy, we got it. Yeah, y'all go to and they open Wednesday through Sunday. You can get your potato salad and your chicken tenders.
Go on, get your tender dip. It's called a tender dip. That's what it's called. It's called
Tender
a tender
dip.
dip.
Trina's tender dip. Available at Scott Gardner's Rhythm Room.
Oh my Lord. Wait a minute, where was I going? You know, oh Lord, you know.
So another part of this conversation, because I can't see the time because I popped off my glasses, child. So because I'm tired of people telling me about the rings in my glasses. What time you have?
It is 8:56.
Oh, we good. Okay, so I want to talk about today. Can I talk about today? It's not talking about today. It's talking about in general.
Have your way.
I gotta figure out how to talk about it. I told you I don't want to sound like I'm whining, even though it's my opportunity.
Well, look here. Let me say this.
You said you had a segue.
let me segue. Let me
Okay.
segue. You know, and it's not about, and I don't know how many other folks have dealt with this, where we are all human and we do things from our heart and we help people and we go some of us go out of our way, not because we're looking for accolades, not because we're looking for clout, not because but we do anything. And we as humans, what we want, it's a lie. I'm gonna have to correct something. It is a lie, a bald-faced lie for somebody to say, I did something, but I didn't expect anything in return. That's a lie. I'm gonna call it like it is. That is a lie.
That's
If
fair.
if it's nothing more than respect, gratitude, appreciation, we as humans do expect something in return. People always say, well, I didn't expect. we do expect something, whether you want to admit it or not. If
Mm-hmm,
you open a
mm-hmm.
door for somebody, even if they don't say thank you, I know sometimes you be like, oh, thank you. I do that too. I do it. I hold the door open for somebody and they walk through like they didn't. I'll be like, "What? You're welcome."
Or they let the door close before you get there and they saw you behind them. Yeah,
But we do expect something.
we do.
Whether it's you pay it forward to someone else, whether you somehow we as humans want that to know, like, okay, what was that song? Is my living in vain? Is my
Mm,
giving in vain?
mm-hmm.
We want to know that. It's not that we're doing it for the accolades here and ooh, we want the camera on us to
Right.
show us like, oh, look what they did. That ain't what it's about. But
Yeah.
at least we want to know, look here, if I helped you up,
That part.
if I helped you up,
I gave you a platform.
if I helped you up, at least, at the least, I ain't even talk about me, but please pay it forward.
To somebody.
Please, somebody show some kind of respect for.
Mm-hmm.
That's that thing I said a few weeks ago about the shoulders we stand on. So many times we forget we ain't standing here on our own. We standing on somebody else's shoulders. The only reason we are standing is because somebody allowed us to stand on their shoulders to get what we at, and we can't even pay it forward to other folks. Act like we got where we at on our own.
On your
Lie,
own. Lies.
lie.
Lies you tell.
It is a
Yourself.
bald
You
faced
tell
lie.
yourself the
I
lies.
don't care where you're at. You didn't get there on your own.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up. You made me think.
Someone could have recommended you. Somebody could have, I don't know, posted your event somewhere. Several of those different things. And you just forgot about that person. I mean, just even in your platform, let's say platform, your platform, my words 2 cents, which is worth something. I always have to say that with that. My words is 2 cents. You have given opportunities, even me. Now, I have never been asked to be on someone's talk show before or podcast or anything like that until you asked me. I was very like, someone wants me to be on there. Anyway, so that was really cool for me. But I will always be grateful for that because you thought of me enough to be on your show. And look at what happened. We forged a friendship and a partnership. And y'all, let me just tell you, we still ain't met each other in person yet. But that's we gonna, I'm not gonna tell you today, but y'all be watching your cameras soon, watching your Facebook lives coming soon. But I think about that. I just finished listening, and I was going to say reading the book. So I don't read my books no more. I listen to Audible. So I just got finished listening to a book, the book by 2 books actually of hip hop artists. One is called, oh my God, what's the name of the book? Anyway, it's Ice-T and his friend named, I don't remember that man's name. But anyway, it's that book, Ice-T and his best friend. And then I just finished listening to yesterday was Fat Joe's memoir. Those that don't know, I love biographies and autobiographies. Okay. So I just finished and the funny thing about the entire book about Fat Joe, throughout that entire book, he talked about what people did for him. Now, of course, he mentioned the things that he did to help people up, but he also said that is his goal in life. His goal in life was to find financial freedom for not just him,
Right.
his family, the community, his children, his friends' children, everybody that he calls his organization Terror Squad. Everybody in Terror Squad, he want them to have financial wealth, if you will. He says it makes him feel so good to see all of his friends all have nice houses. They can do these things. But he talked about who helped him, who just gave him this one chance. He didn't have an ego to make it like he made it there on his own. Right. He didn't forget about all those people before him. He talked about he has been in arguments and not spoken to these people. They have not spoken for 2 or 3 years in some circumstances. But as he got older and he turned 50, from 40 something to up to 50, he has gone back, and those people are they're friends now. They're back. They're in a better place because they've grown up. But the point being, throughout that book, before he told you that these people weren't speaking to him for a long time, or he wasn't speaking to them, you would have never known that. because he continued to talk about the things that they did for him to put him on top.
Right.
And he talked, because there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I helped somebody. I always thought it was you help people, you shouldn't tell it. You don't have to tell it, and you don't have to. But it's nothing wrong if you say, hey, I did something, if you're not trying to brag about it. So
Right.
that two, Ice-T, same freaking thing. The guy, he had a best friend, and they used to rob jewelry stores or something like that. And so one friend ended up going that way. Ice-T went that way because he ended up going to jail, and Ice-T got out the game.
Right.
But guess what Ice-T did? When that man called, hey, and he was supposed to spend like 30-something years in jail. Well, he called Ice-T, and Ice-T said, you know what? You need to do what you need to do to get in a position for me to help you.
Mm.
If you get in a position to where some kind of way you can come up for parole, then I can pay for you a lawyer to help you. Right? He didn't just leave him there. He was on the top of his game at this time. He didn't forget about his friend.
Right.
So, but he put it on his friends. Made his friend responsible for getting to that point. So long story short, the guy went out and did all kind of stuff. A miracle from God, because this man, he committed a murder. He didn't actually do the killing of the person. Someone else did, but he was responsible. Right. Long story short, he got up for parole that he was not supposed to have. He called Ice-T and said, hey, I did everything I was supposed to do. I am now up for parole. Ice-T got him an attorney. Do you know that man is at home right now? And guess who? And he's working a real job. Like I think he's like a janitor or something like that. But he goes on the road with Ice-T. Ice-T has made him like his personal security. He secures his family. Like he is still carrying his man. The guy said, I want to write a book. And Ice-T said, well, you got to be for real. Because everybody get out of jail want to write a book. You got to be for real. He showed him he was for real. Ice-T, okay, let's do it. Him and Ice-T wrote this dual book together. And so my point to all this is, these are big time stars making millions of dollars, and they don't have a problem with saying, hey, I got this idea from so-and-so, or this person helped me. This person put me on. What is wrong with that?
It's
Instead of stepping on people that may have or just pushing them out of the window and just forgetting about them. And I said, now let me not tell this. I have to tell it to my boss. My boss said one day, an old boss said, with her smart ass. Yeah, I said it. She said, you act like you need a little star on the top of your paper. I said, I actually do. I really do. I said, I'm not ignoring. I really need a star, and I know that really made her mad. But I did. I do need a star. I need you to tell me I did a good job. I do. And that's okay. I had to teach. And you know who told me that? My daughter. My oldest daughter. She said whatever she wants to say. But she told me one time, she was saying, and we were talking about my dance community. And she said, Mama, I think the problem is no one told you thank you. No one showed you any. I said, well, I didn't need that. I didn't need any of that. I did it because I wanted to. I did it because, just like what you just said. Oh, I did it just because of love of dance. She said, yeah. But I think, and she said, and it's the thing about it, it's okay to want that. It's okay to want gratification that people appreciated what you did. It is okay to want to hear a thank you.
Yes.
Or we appreciate you. So yes. I didn't realize I took it then, but when that woman, that little crazy lady that was my boss at that time, said that to me, I was like, honey, yes, give me my crown, my tiara, give me that little blue star. And I had learned that it's okay to want that, because it is a hurtful thing when you've done things.
Yes. Well, I want to say this is that if people may not be able to put these two things together.
Absolutely, I get it.
And let me try to in old country fashion put this together.
That's the best kind, country boy. The old fashioned.
We go to work. We go to work every day.
Yeah.
Most of us go to a job every day. Okay. If we go in there, do our job, and nobody ever says, "Hey, good job." They talk about this at work. They talk about this on jobs, about how do you retain employees.
Mm-hmm.
So for folks to sit up here and act like, I don't care about them. I just go to get a check. You're lying. I've seen people work at jobs and make very little, but get umpteenth hey, good job. Hey, that a boys. And they will stay there because of
That is
they're
true.
getting the respect from the people that they're working with. Let me ask you something. Let me just ask in old country fashion. If them people on the job understands how to retain you by treating you with respect, what do you think your friends and your family need? I'm just saying. That might sound crazy.
And it don't even have to, let me just pin this. It doesn't even have to be a family member or friend. You know what it could be? Just someone who decided to help you.
Yes.
The country boy on your show, you have people on your show you ain't never met before.
Yeah, man.
But you put them on your show. Look, you put what's the baby that talked about suicide? You gave him a platform, right? But guess what happened after that? I called him.
Yeah.
So there's another platform. Then I've heard he's been asked to speak by others. And when he came on my show, you know what he said? I just want to thank Country Boy for giving me the opportunity because I've gotten so many speaking engagements from being on his show.
For me, you know me, and you know what I do. First of all, what God has, there's nobody, and I don't know if anybody knows about my show or anybody that I have ever asked to come on. Let me tell you something. I don't just go through and just because I'm just bored and I don't need nobody, I want somebody on there. Okay, first and foremost, because I can run my triple trap all night long. I don't just go through because I like, oh, I need to fill up a spot. Let me find somebody.
Yeah.
If I reach out to anyone at any point to invite, to offer an invitation to come, it is because the good Lord has put them in my spirit first and foremost. It is because I see that they are doing something to uplift and encourage. So what do? Hey, God, and I'm telling y'all, look at here. Y'all can look at this old country boy right now. If y'all ever got a message from me talking about, hey, can you come? It was me, but it came from the Holy Spirit. Otherwise I wouldn't have been reaching out to you to come. I invite people because I know whatever it is that God told me, I'm obedient. Let me tell you something. The one thing I've learned is to be obedient to what God says. Um, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. If that means I'll be reaching and folks be like, oh, we're gonna block him because I think he kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Well, truth is, I am kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I like Cocoa Puffs. Uh, but it is about helping. It is about, I don't feel threatened by anyone that has a show. I
No.
don't feel threatened. I don't feel like, oh, I can't. Oh no, I can't do this, I'm not gonna share their stuff because no, I look at here.
Yeah.
I will share it. I will post it. I
All day, every day. If I see something, I don't even know half the people. I'll be like, oh, this sounds interesting. Somebody might be interested. Share. What is it going to do for me not to?
yeah.
And what is it going to cause me to? And as we're sitting here talking about all this, because our topic is what was the lesson? What is the lesson in the pain and the hurt that we've gone through? And the lessons are all different, of course. So if it's a relationship, that's different. So we're not really talking about that today. But the lesson, I think, for me today, what I went through, what I think I said to you, I would just like some loyalty back. But then I said, no, loyalty is not the word. And you said respect. You want respect for it, right? And that is what I think for me, maybe that's the lesson that I need to learn is that, not that, but the lesson that I need to learn from today is one, it's going to keep coming back until I am able to get past it, and be like, okay, well, that's just how it happened. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I think I'll be able to handle it better. Because once I handle it better, because again, you said I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a castle. Did you say I'm gonna have a castle?
That's right.
If I'm gonna get my castle, I'm gonna have to not worry about what they say. I'm not gonna ever get my castle.
Look, I told you about that castle. Look here, y'all. Y'all understand something, and I tell the queen this all the time. Like, get yourself. I visualize what it is that you want and where you look at here. Start picking out furniture for your castle. And understand something. And each and every one of y'all can start picking out furniture for your castle too. But also remember something about your castle. It comes with a drawbridge. So those that you don't want in your castle, pull it up and let them fall in the moat.
You said it. So my lesson that I'm going to take from what happened today. So without going into too much detail, so someone that I feel like I helped, someone that I helped, I wasn't chosen for something, and that's okay because I am a spoiled brat like that. It's just it bothered me because I felt that I would be someone that was chosen, I guess. But my lesson to that is maybe that. So I didn't say this to you yet, Country Boy, because I had to regroup today, take it all in, and I reflected. My lesson is that ain't where I'm supposed to be that day.
That's right.
I'm not supposed to be a part because those people are not for me. That particular event is not the event I'm supposed to be at because there's something else that's gonna come up that month for me to do. And that's what I have to learn. That and when I was creating my vision board, I have that. I have that on my vision board that says the let go, move forward. That's what that means. That means that other group of people that I talk about all the time that I'm trying to get past that hurt. Those aren't first I had to realize those people don't want me around. And I had to say, and it's okay. Because there's another large group of people somewhere.
Can I give you this one right here?
You absolutely can.
And I want to give this to everybody. And I think I've said it before, and I want to make it real, real clear once more again. It does say in the scripture that he shall prepare a table for us in the presence of our enemies. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time for those of y'all that might have missed it in the back where y'all was running your mouth. He said that I shall prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Understand something. So y'all gonna miss something, but I want you to catch it because old Country Boy gonna talk real slow and real country. When he says I shall prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies, understand something. That test ain't for your enemies, and that table ain't for you. That table is for you. But let me tell you how you know it, how he's putting this thing up to you. See, he said, love thy neighbors, I love thyself. So even if they're your enemies, you're supposed to love those who despitefully use you. Okay, he still says love. Okay, but he said, I'm going to prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. And you just told me to love my enemies. And you told me to love the ones that despitefully use me. So how am I supposed to pass this test? When he prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies, give them some bread. That's when you know. When you can feed the ones.
Yeah.
When you can feed the ones. When you can feed the ones that tried to kill you.
Yeah. I feel that.
When you can feed the ones that lied on you. When you can feed the ones that tried to take you out. When you can feed the ones that tried to scandalize your name. See, he will. And for many folks, many folks, what he has done is he has prepared that table for them in the presence of their enemies. But what did they do? They said, look at me eat. And they got out, ooh, look at me, I'm eating. And what happened to them very folks? They ran out of food. Understand something. Humble thyself. Humble yourself. Understand when he's preparing a table for you, he also looking at you going like, now what you gonna do?
Yep. You gonna steal that crazy girl?
What you gonna do?
But I like that. I received that. I so received that. But let me ask you, let me flip that. Let me flip it. Have you done that? Have you done that, Donnie? Have you, Country Boy, have you fed your enemy, one of your enemies?
I'll cook them barbecue.
So you mastered. So you mastered it.
I can't say mastered it because every time, let me tell you, every time it gets like, whew.
Yeah.
But I know that right now is a hallelujah later on. Yeah. See, because understand, most of us looking and we see a little table and we think that that's it. But see, what he's saying is that this little table is like a test. I just want to see what you're gonna do with this little piece of bread. I want to see what you're gonna do with this little piece of bread. I'm gonna give you this little piece. What you gonna do with it? Okay. Oh,
Mhm.
so you ain't gonna give them none? See, because guess what? If you'd have gave them out of that little bit, I had a whole abundance waiting for you.
Wait
I
for
had a
you.
promised land waiting for you.
But you
But
trying to
guess
hold
what?
on to all your stuff. What
Come.
they say, a closed. What is it? What is it? Yeah, if you can't let
Go.
nothing in, if everything is closed up and you got all tight, you can't
There
get
it
nothing
is.
else in there. Yeah,
Work that thing together. So you
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it. While
yeah.
you trying to hold it like this and you looking at them like, ooh, y'all see me eating, ooh, you see me in my new car, ooh, you see me in my job, ooh, you thought I wasn't gonna make it, ooh, look at me, and you doing all that right there. All he's saying is he's looking at you because now he's looking at what? He's looking at the posture of your heart. See, because now your heart, mm, you
Yeah.
still got some of that hardness in your heart because now you looking at them. See, what you do, what you do to the least of them, what he says, what you do unto me. What you do to the least of them is what you do unto me.
Yeah.
I hope I broke that down. I don't know. Now I'm gonna be quiet.
You broke it down pretty well. You broke it down pretty well. So, but you do find it hard at times. Like even
Yeah,
though you are gonna feed that person, you do sometimes be like, like what you said. You have to take that deep breath. Okay, I know what it's. I gotta. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and you know, and it's not grudgingly, but it's going like for me, it is
Because if it's grudgingly, you're not supposed to do it, right?
right. It is reflecting, going like, okay, I can't talk about God's grace if I'm sitting here doing it grudgingly. I can't, so
Got
I have to see everything is about self evaluating. Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? See, God, everybody talks about, what God knows my heart. God know my heart. God know my heart. He sure do. God know my heart. God give me the desires of my heart. God grant me the desires of my heart. That's what everybody be talking about. Well, God know my heart. God grant me the desires of my heart. Let me tell y'all folks something right here. And Constable finna go deep into you right now. What's that thing them old doctors be using? What's that cut thing? That scapula thing. I'm finna use that scapula thing and finna open some things up. Everybody talk about God. God know my heart. And ooh, God give me the desires of my heart. Let me break this down. The closer we get with God and build a relationship, not just knowing him, not just, hey, what's up, bro? The closer we get and building a relationship with him, see what happens when we become one, then our posture becomes his posture. See, the things that we thought that we wanted. Hear this about your dance community. Hear this about the thing. The things that we thought that we wanted, because now we design him and what he wants for us. See, them things right there become old things. Look here, you thought like, oh, I ain't really want that. Why don't I really want that no more? Because guess what? That ain't what God wanted for me. Now we don't want what we want for ourselves. Now we want what he wants for us. Now our whole heart posture has changed. We ain't even mad at them no more. I ain't mad at you. I ain't even mad at you. Guess what? I didn't really want to sit with you. Lord, why did I even want to sit with them anyway? I can't even remember why I was trying to sit with them. Look here, because my whole heart posture has changed. Because now I have a heart that's after him and the things that he wants for me. Now, see, we all miss this. God grant me the desires of my heart. But my heart's like your heart.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel what you feel because we close now. We is one. Look here. Them things I don't want. Uh, did I used to like that anyway? I can't even remember liking that.
Why did I like that? Okay, now I was talking about a relationship. Now, I had to throw a little funny in there somewhere.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. And Tyler Perry said it in as far as relationship. Lord, what was I thinking? You
Child,
what was
how
I
did you
thinking?
hit me in the back of my head and knock that thought right on up out of my head?
But when our heart posture changes, we want the things that we want, that this world has told us that we want, that
Mm-hmm.
we desire, that this is perfect and it should be like this, and this is the type of friendship, or this is the type of relationship, or this is the type of job. But when we start the relationship with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he starts changing us. What I tell you about that thing? Sometimes we'll work for $20 less because
Absolutely.
we getting the thing. We getting fed. We getting fed something. And see, when we getting fed by him, you could testify to this. When we getting fed by him, that this thing don't run out. When we getting fed by him, see, we our whole posture change, our whole attitude change. We go to work with a different smile on our face while folks looking at you like you crazy. Look at here, baby, baby. This joy I had, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. I done
Yeah.
said what I said.
Yep. When you say that, I think about all the years I wanted to be in leadership. I may not have been a program manager. So when I'm talking about leadership, I'm talking about like an administrator. Like I wanted that job so bad to be the assistant director of U of H, a program at University of Houston. You know, I was, oh my God, I wanted that job so bad. I was calling like I wanted it so bad. And I prayed for the job, but I didn't pray that it was the right job for me.
Mm,
I didn't pray that I didn't even ask God, was that job for me? So he gave it to me, granted me the job. I got it all right. But I didn't pray for culture. I didn't think about the culture. I didn't think about all these other things
mhm.
that I wasn't thinking about. And that maybe it wasn't the plan. It wasn't in his plan for me to be in an administrative role, maybe a management role, not an administrative role. So let me go. Okay, you want this? Let me go get you. Let me go and let you see this.
Mm,
That it ain't quite your thing. You can do it, but do you really want that?
right.
Do I really want that for you? And so I took away so many things from that 5 months. But at the end of the day, that's something else I had to think about. Because on LinkedIn, someone posted that when you pray for a job, you need to also be praying for the culture, praying for those things you're going to be, that you're praying for good culture, a decent boss, a different. And I did not. I just wanted that job, and I just knew I wanted that job.
Right.
And he granted me my, I don't want to say wish,
Exactly.
my prayer. And
Look
it
here, folks
wasn't what
do
I wanted.
it. Folks do it with relationships. Folks do it with all kind of stuff. They just be just praying for it. Look
Yep.
here, and I'm telling you, when we be getting them things, boy, look here.
Ah,
I have discovered something. God's greatest gift sometimes is unanswered prayers.
I feel that. I feel that. Definitely feel that.
Sometimes, if y'all out there, yo, 2, 3, 5 million out there that's listening right now, go back and think of some of the things you prayed for that He didn't answer, and you'd be like, "Oh Lord, I'm glad. Oh Jesus, thank you." See, right there, y'all, it should have been a whole bunch of folks shouting because I know some folks. Like, "Woo, thank you," because I done seen how. Ooh,
I done seen what they became.
ooh, thank you. Oh,
Mhm, mhm. And in that community I talk about too, I will say sometimes there have been times because people that who are cool with me have told me things that are going on sometimes, and I'd be like, "Woo! I'm so glad I am not in that right now. All that y'all got going, I am so glad I'm on this side. Y'all can just come tell me about it. I'm not in the midst of it, because you're
yeah.
standing out. I mean, because they've placed you on the outside, right? So it's like, oh, you can't play with us. You stay over there over there. We go. But then I be thinking sometimes, like what you're saying, somebody tell me some of the silliness going on. I be like, ooh, I tell you, y'all, you know what? I'm glad I'm over here on the outside. Y'all got,
Mhm.
or they're trying to act like it's so perfect. Oh, it's so wonderful. We're just getting along without you. Girl, boy, people, that ain't happening. That ain't what it is. And let me tell y'all, let me get close to the camera so you can see me. And I know it ain't that. I know it's not all that. So it's just silly. Like I've never, and I'm trying to brag on myself or anything, but I've never had to want to belong to anything. I've always been kind of popular. Again, I'm not bragging. I'm just speaking. I've always been kind of popular. I've just always was the person who knew where to go, what to do, and that kind of stuff. So I think that's another reason why it bothers me so sometimes, because I've never been the outsider, or you know what I'm saying? I've never been in that space. So that could be a lesson too, to learn how to, even though I'll be snippy and be like, child, y'all want to be over here with the queen. So y'all stay over there in the little,
Hey, but
dungeon.
you do realize there's a lot more room on the outside than on the inside.
That is fact. That is absolutely fact. And it's funny because what you say sometimes, or what I'm saying, or what I'm thinking, I could tell that, you ever been to where you can give other people advice and you didn't take it yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Do it all, and I know I do it. And
I had it 4 times.
Kind of 5.
Count of 5. As they do in space, I see 4 with a possible 5.
That is true. Now that was so funny. Well, it's cool that we've come to the point to where we know that we can sit and reflect. You won't come up with the answers of your lesson right away. Sometimes it takes time to walk away from a situation, vent it, walk away, reflect on it. And then you may come up with the lesson that you're supposed to learn. Because sometimes you're so in, like you mentioned earlier, the volcano has to erupt and do what it got to do, and you go and move on to something else and come back, and you can sit calmly and reflect on what happened and realize why it's happening. That's just not a space that you're supposed to be in, people. Right. Keep in mind that you might think that you want to belong to something, or you may think you want these people to ask you to be a part of what they're doing, or you may want to be a part of this event. It may not be the event that you were supposed to be a part of. Right. It may not be the platform that you were supposed to be a part of. Especially if you are on a journey of faith, a journey of spirituality, finding yourself, you're going to find along the way, as I'm finding, there are just some spaces they ain't big enough for me. God has so much out there waiting for me to do. Right. So he wants to make sure that I'm in a space that can hold all this. That's it. Right, and there. I know this. But there are times, like I mentioned, I'm not perfect. I'm not completely there yet. So sometimes I have my moments to where I'm like really mad. And I say really mad, but really hurt. And so it's okay to feel that way. And I'm talking about me, but I'm saying this to you guys that's out there listening, that it's okay to feel hurt, depleted, depressed, all of those things and all those emotions that you go through, as long as you don't stay there. Because of course, mental health is real. And sometimes for me, I know, and I'm sure people have done it, is when they find your buttons. When people find the buttons to control you or control your emotion, my daughter said that today too. She was talking about, she said one of her friends told her that these people who are acting with her like that, you have not acted a fool yet. They're doing these things to you, and all you kind of be like, oh, okay, all right, girl. They're waiting and they're trying to find which button that's going to make you show this other person, not knowing that you don't do that. You're just a calm person. So people will find those buttons for you, and that's your job to not allow them to push your button. The only person be pushing the buttons for you is who?
Yourself and God. Okay.
Yourself and God. That is it. I have at work, they come with you with all this. Okay, you got to do this today. You got to do this. You got to do this. We want this today. They come up to an hour early, right? Or you got to have this in an hour. One day, I just was like, child, y'all too much for me. So what I did was said a prayer and said, girl, you can only handle one thing at a time. You can only focus on what you can. So I was telling my boss one day about this deadline they had that didn't make sense to me. They want a report that's due. The report is from Friday, everything you did from Friday all the way to Thursday. Well, how does it do at Thursday at 11? I ain't finished my day up yet. In my thoughts, so that's not accurate data. See, that's my problem with data anyway. That's a whole nother issue. But how am I going to send you something by 11 or 12 noon when Thursday's not over yet?
My day ain't even finished yet. Yeah.
That's stupid. But okay. So anyway, my man, so she gave me some, whatever, because she got it from her orders, whatever. So I said to her, girl, why are you trying to help people figure things out that they don't care about? Focus on what you can control. Like you said at the beginning, you can't control what people think about you. You can't control about how they feel about you. You can control you and what you do. So what I did is I went and found me a good quote. Well, the quote of what this says, put it on I have a whiteboard on the side of my desk. So when I turn this way, it's right there. Focus on what you can control. My vision board, focus on what you can control. I wrote it on my whiteboard, focus, because that is the key.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying to get from I'm trying to get from this where I'm at to happiness and on to joy. Y'all do know it's a difference in happiness and joy, right?
Yeah, I got both of them.
You got. I'm so glad. You know what it makes me want to sing? I got the joy. You know, joy down in my heart. Oh, down it. I just love that song. But no, guys. I talk a lot. Donnie talks a lot. But if you pay attention, we're talking about some real stuff, you know. And this show, we've never sat down to figure out a vision, a mission, or anything like that. But we both knew that we want to talk real talk. We want to speak on real stuff that's happening to us sometimes, but it's stuff that we know that other people are dealing with. So if you come on and you think, oh, they're just talking, we are, but we're talking about real stuff that happens. And yes, it may be personal, but it's personal stuff that's happening to us that we want to share because it can help you. Donnie gonna always have a little, you know, because I don't know the scriptures. I'm not ashamed to say, but I can always count on Donnie to throw me a scripture out there. Throw me a good scripture about what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, that's what I called it for. Okay, now look here. You did. What I want to talk about today. I need you to get it together. I need you to, because I don't know. I can't think because I'm mad. I'm upset about something. Blah, 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 blah. But can you find us some scripture, some biblical talk? Ain't that pretty much how that conversation went?
That was how it went. She hit me with that one. I ain't even know.
And he even knew because I called. No, I texted and said, hey, call me when you have a minute. And he called, and I was trying to go on, but then he's like, what's wrong? I'm trying to hide it. But what's wrong? Which, not trying to change the subject, but that's another thing. When I talk about mental health and some of the suicides we've had, it's always good to have someone, you know, I don't ever want to be the Debbie Downer of the group. I don't. But sometimes you just can't help because it's what you're going through and what you're dealing with. But to have a friend that recognizes that something might be wrong, that's a friend, okay? And that will be okay with asking you. And if you say nothing's wrong, they know something's wrong, but they kind of will move on and you just get to talking and finally it's going to come out. You know, so reach out to your friends. Reach out to your strong, fun, laughing all the time friends, because we're the ones that you'll never know. You know, I look at Twitch, you know, that Twitch thing really did something to my heart. I was watching his videos yesterday. A lot of them were on yesterday. I don't know why, but they were on yesterday. And I just kept looking at him, how happy he looked, dancing, doing his passion, doing his thing, his wife, his family. And to know this man had so much inside of him, some turmoil in him that made him want to end his life and leave his beautiful babies and wife. There was something there. Right. And I know that I don't ever want to be the friend that I don't want to make anybody feel guilty about something happening, because sometimes you can't help it. But just to know that you did reach out to that person, that would do so much to my heart to know that I did reach out. I may not have been able to help him like that, but I did reach out and say, wait a minute, is something wrong? You all right? Right. Now, if they tell me, yeah, everything all right, they go on, blah, blah, blah. But I did recognize and I did put a hand out. And so I'm saying I know this is so off topic, but it came up in that because today I was really hurt by something. And to have someone just say that and not feel like, oh Lord, here she go again. People do that. It was nice. So just remember that. Because a friend never gets tired of hearing the story. I can listen to Donna be having some good stories though. You know, I believe he had some issue at 3, 4 o'clock. I believe I do. Y'all, I do answer my phone in the middle of the night. I really do. Yeah. And I do. Because I feel like if you had a nerve to call me in the middle of the night, it's got to be really important. So I do answer my phone. But I'm just saying, I don't ever mind answering Donnie call because his story going to be interesting. He's an interesting,
right. And they be true.
Man.
And
What
it
you
be
say?
true. It be the truth.
They be so good that you be like, did that really happen? But I always when I be thinking, okay, let me ask him because I'm gonna need him not to be perfect in this situation, especially since he always saying, well, what did you do? So I had to, okay, well, what lesson did you learn?
Right, that's it.
And
That's it.
and the good cool thing about it is he does. Now me, I may not realize what I learned because I'm still growing. Because I don't be
And
knowing.
that's okay. I will say this too, and I am too. And
Yeah.
don't nobody get me wrong. Think I ain't perfect. I'm still
I don't
growing.
know, Donnie. You might be.
Uh,
I'm just joking.
I still go through some things and I struggle. Look here, my nerves get rocky sometimes. It's the truth. I mean, because I'm human. Um, but I will say this is that for everybody, just keep going. Um, if you ain't there, just keep trying. Honest to God, just keep trying. Uh, that's the only thing. Really the advice, the encouragement I can give anybody. Just keep going. Ain't none of us perfect. We all gonna make mistakes. Understand something. I said this, and I'm a prime example. If you fall down 8 times, get up 9. Good Lord, I done failed more than 8. I done failed, but thank the Lord every time I've been able to get up by his grace and his mercy. I have been able to get up. I didn't sit, I'm not, all right. If you're going through, the Diva said it, if you're going, it's okay. It's okay to have these moments of depression. It's okay to have these moments of loneliness. It's okay to have these moments of anger. It's okay to have all of that. That's human. Don't sit in it.
Don't sit in it.
Don't wallow in your misery. Don't. It's okay to be in it. We all been in something. We either been in it, coming out of it, or getting ready to go back in it. It's a circle. It's there.
It's a
It's real.
circle.
It's real. It's real.
And
It's
that's
real.
something I don't mean to cut you off, but that's something that I think for me, I just didn't get that. That's what made me go to my pastor and say, well, how many times I gotta go through? I think because I didn't realize that until you really just said it, that
Mm,
it is gonna come back to you.
it's gonna come back. And see, the thing is growth. Growth and maturity is not the fact that it's coming back. It's when it comes back, you one step ahead. Like I ain't saying you done moved 100 miles, but when it come back again, you're like, bam! I think, oh, hey, you
I
catching
see
it,
you. I
you
see
catch,
it.
you catch
I
it a
see
little
it.
bit quicker. You boom every time you catch, boom, like that's that little train. I think I
Whoa.
can.
Yeah,
I
they
think I
used to do that dance called Whoa.
that's it. And that's the thing about it. Is like, yes, it's gonna come back because it's supposed to. Understand this, and I'm gonna shut my trap. We're gonna say our prayers. I'm gonna let the queen have her way. Understand this. And it has been one of these nights for me, and God is allowing me to minister to somebody tonight and say this. Understand this. We have, if we're moving forward, there are negative spirits that are attached to pull you from or to not let you reach your destiny. Understand something. There are things and spirits and the enemy that is designed to keep you from reaching your destiny. They are organized, people. Let me tell you something. The Bible said they organized, they regimented, they organized. Okay, they ain't no spirit in here fighting against each other. Talking about, I want to get to I want them first. No, they organize. They are organized. They like, they boom, boom, boom. They working together to keep you from your destiny.
Mm.
These things that come up and like, woo, because let me ask you something. When something comes up, what does it do? It makes you think that, oh, I ain't good enough. Oh, what's wrong
Right.
with me? Oh, let me stop right here. Because
Mm.
guess what? You were on your way somewhere. So it came up to keep you organized.
Yep. Good word.
Organized. To keep you from getting what God has ordained you to go. Each and every one of us has a set destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So when these things come up, it's supposed to come up. Why people be like, oh, I'm so surprised that happened. Why? Why? Why would you be surprised that something is coming to stop you from getting where you're supposed to go? Who in the blue horizon said it was gonna be easy? Who said, oh, it's gonna be a smooth track?
You know what? Someone who's not me, that didn't used to be on this certain journey, I would feel that way. I would feel that if I don't do nothing to people, they wouldn't do anything to me. If I'm good to people, they'll be good to me. I know that's living in La La Land, but that's the land I like to live in. I like to live in the land of thinking, if I don't do anything to you, you don't do anything to me. Now, if I do something to you, okay, I got it. I know where you're coming from. But why we just can't all go down the road and just sing Kumbaya? I know, because I'm on a different journey now. I get it. I know that those roadblocks are coming to help me grow and get stronger. I know what that is for.
And I will say this is that growth has allowed me to not look at the person, but understand that what it is a spirit that's controlling that person. I don't look at that person. I ain't gonna be mad at that person. What I understand is that person is not or was not and did not understand. Like, hey, you being controlled. That spirit making you do that. That ain't even. You know that ain't.
I'm married to them and the spirit. So, I'm not there, Donnie. I'm not there yet. I'm trying. I'm getting there, but
it's work. I get it. No, but I do get it. But I mean, but that's for me. That's where it is. That's why I can look. I can see and go like, you know what? That ain't even them.
yeah.
But what is happening is they're allowing themselves to be used and manipulated
Yeah.
to do something. Now, if I fall into that, now I don't fail against them and I'm mad at them and I'm talking about them. Now we falling out. Now the spirit going like, I got two for the price of one, two for the price. Wait a minute. And then you know how the other folks be they done brought the whole family in. I done got a whole family against it.
Them bandwagon riders.
Missing it.
Yeah.
This fight is not against flesh and blood.
Yeah.
This fight ain't against flesh and blood. Spirits and principalities at work. And let me tell you something. They working 40 hours. And look, it ain't taking no days off.
Facts.
They ain't even looking for no vacation. We gonna stay on the job.
You silly. We're gonna stay right here because we gotta make sure that she don't get that. Because we take a vacation, she might get she might get over that. You can't let that happen. Yeah.
And they're not. I mean, again, understand this. This fight is not against flesh and blood. When we understand that, when we sitting up here fighting against our brothers, our sisters, our neighbors, our friends, this fight is not flesh and blood. The spirits and the principalities want you to think that. Ooh, hold on, look at her. Ooh, look at her. She thinks she. Ooh.
Oh, I heard that word principality. See, you be acting like you don't have no words in that treasure chest over there. I heard principality. I heard it. Look at country boy, ain't country today. Principality.
Principality, yes, indeed. Hey.
Well, country boy, I think this has been a good show.
Yes, ma'am.
It was real.
It was definitely. When I saw it, I knew. I knew that it had to. I knew that it hit home in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And
we have to have hurt and pain in order to. I mean, we're human.
Yeah.
And it's just life. And I really want to express that so much that it is okay to feel it. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to even though you may say, oh, I'm so over this, I'm trying to get over this, or your vision board or your goals was that, I ain't gonna never revisit that again. That is not real. It's like not reality. You're gonna you may not do it as often, but there is gonna be something. And just like Donnie mentioned, that there are some spirits and stuff working against you to keep you from getting to that point. So those things are gonna come. Those robots are gonna come so that you can grow. And so, like he said, you'll be able to dodge them, when they do come back, or handle it differently.
Yes.
And there have been some situations that I've watched myself say, man, you know what? I would have done this, and that last year or year before last.
Yep.
So I know on that end, I have grown. So, and that's the thing out of everything, this conversation tonight is to, one, stop after you have your vent session, whatever it is you need to do to let the volcano erupt. Do that, and then come back and sit and reflect.
Yes.
Reflect on it and say, okay, now what was that for?
Mm-hmm.
What lesson? And you can pray about it. Pray, hey, if you don't get it, pray about it and say, hey, well, I know I was supposed to learn something, because now look here. What can you tell me what I'm supposed to? I will ask, because I need to know.
Right.
What were you supposed to learn? And then once you figure that out, you're like, okay, I got it. So let's see if the next time. And big thing is, the next time it comes, you still may not get it.
Right.
And it is okay.
Yep.
But as long as you know that you did something like a mustard seed better than last time, or you saw it coming, that means you've grown a little bit. And that is the goal. And it's like they say, you eat an elephant one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. That's how you eat that thing.
How you eat that thing, as you say. That's how you have to eat it. And so it's a journey. It's growth. And I tell people all the time. Now, one thing I don't say anymore, and I pledged that this year, was that I would never say, I'm not holier than thou. I would never deny where I'm trying to go, where I'm trying to get to. So I actually have not uttered that since I made that pledge. So my point is, you may not know every scripture in the book and all that. It's okay. You can still be on a journey of spirituality. You still can pray. There is no problem with praying. I don't know none of them. Well, I do know some. I probably don't have them in the. I'm like Medea. I be saying them the wrong way. But the point is, I'm on a journey to learn and grow. Or I hear people talk about things. But what I can do is I can pray and ask. Yeah. I can pray for discernment. I can pray for God to help me understand things that I need to know. Praying for friends, praying for good friends, people to surround me who mean well. May not be one or two or three of them, but those people mean the world to me, because they do mean something to me, and they're going to be there for me. And they're going to help. And I don't know if this is off topic or not, but kind of, sort of, friends that don't always just say you're right. I do not want, now I do like some friends, but I don't want just those friends to tell me that I'm always right, because I need someone to pull my coattail. I mean, on this show, it's up and down. Now, he ain't told me I did nothing wrong yet. But I call Donnie out sometime on the show, and he will thank me later, because we don't agree on everything, and that's what makes people friends, that we don't agree on everything. That's why sometimes I don't tell him that. I be thinking, let me make sure he learns something. When I be asking that, I be like, I don't know, because I'm on the woman's side. So let me just make sure wrong in this case. When I be telling me did something wrong, I be like, So now, what did you learn from that case? What did you do differently?
Hey, that's it. I mean, but
that's what friends do, and that's what friends do. Yeah, we got to have that show too about friends. We got to come up with that one. Some friendship stuff. Well, guys, it is past our time. One of these days we're gonna hit 100% on getting off of here in an hour.
Maybe.
Wherever the spirit lead, like you say.
Look here, what they gonna do? Fire us off our own show?
That's my motto. Well, what's the worst they can do? Fire me.
We on the show.
Been there, done that. I said it like I can be late because it's my show. I don't do the show. I'm not doing the show today. So I mean, it's mine. So.
Hey, there you go. And remember, we doing special next week.
Yes. Tell them about the special we got going next week.
You tell about special we going next week. Oh, you want me to tell about that?
I want you
Well,
to.
look, we have a special guest coming to speak on it next week. She is a wonderful, I gotta say it right, womanpreneur out of Washington D.C. She is a fantastic lady. She was on the table talk, but now she wants to. I guess they try. Look, I need some help next week because they trying to team up against the old country boy. 2 women, 1 man. And I don't think it's right. I need some help. I need as much help as I can get Monday.
We need some interaction. We need y'all to come on in here and talk to us.
But she's an author. She's a womanpreneur. She owns a dance studio, or several dance studios. She is a speaker. She does all that. She probably finna run for president in Washington. I don't know what she finna do. But she will be.
I'm excited, Donnie. This is our first guest with both of us.
I know, right? It's gonna be nice. But she will be joining us next week here on Speak on It. We are. I don't know if I can say this. We open here. We open. If y'all want, hey, we interact, do that thing y'all do. But yeah, don't be waiting on me to.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that, but I just wanted to mention some people real quick that did jump on. Bernice Hicks, hello, my friends. Hey, Bernice, thank you for joining us tonight. Monica Braxton. Oh, my cousin Tiffany checked in for a minute or two. Bernice, I do want to thank you so much. You have been, on every single week, and I really appreciate it. Bernice is the one that had won the tickets for something, and we had an issue with the tickets. So next time we get something to give away, we got to give Bernice something, okay? Bernice, April, Vicky Callis. Do you know him? Angie B. Cooper. I know Angie B. from My Words Are Two Cents, right? Bernice, Angie B. Bernice, Angie B. Yes, thank you, Angie, too, for being a very faithful watcher, viewer. Myra Freddie. You know Myra?
I do know Myra. That's Myra T. Hey, Myra.
Hey, Myra.
Yeah.
So y'all, one more thing. Y'all make sure we appreciate y'all being on. Tell your friends, pass the word. Tell them if they can't stop by but 5 minutes, tell them to stop by and hear what we're doing. Interact with us. Thank you guys who have interacted and said something, even if you're just saying hi to us. Great job. I told y'all I need that star on the top of my paper. So go ahead and say a little something to us. If you want to come on the show, you have someone you think we should have on the show, we are down. Next month is March. Do y'all know what March is? What month that is? Who we recognizing in March? Women. It is Women's International Month. So it's going to be on and popping. We got a very special, I haven't even asked her yet, but I believe we have a very special guest in March, but I ain't asked her yet. I think she's 98, but she's the first Black woman that one might be 89. Anyway, she's the first Black woman, I interviewed her before, first Black woman to ever run a mental institution. She was the boss, right? So stay tuned. We got some good stuff coming. I'm sorry, Donnie. Take it away.
Go ahead. I mean, hey, that. Hey,
I'm running my triple trapper tonight. But anyway, y'all, we so thank you. This is a new endeavor. We got so much more to come to you. What was I gonna say? We just started this. We just said, hey, we're gonna start doing Speak on It. And we just started. So just wait till we get together and have some conversation. We're gonna do some live stuff. Like we've got some. When we meet in person, we're gonna have so much more to come to. Y'all just don't know what's coming. Tell y'all that's why they moving all these people out of my way. They're moving all these people over there and over there because I got stuff to do.
We working on all kinds of deals. We finna put stuff to what's that, ink to paper or paper to ink or however.
Whatever.
We finna do all of that.
And don't forget my friend Donnie at 5:00 in the morning on Fridays on the Now Network. Don't forget his worth is 2 cents. That's worth more than 2 cents.
Look, I got look, my princess calling, so y'all know I'm finna leave here in just a
Oh yeah,
minute.
we got to go because it's Christmas calling. Thank you, Donnie.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, look, I love y'all. Thank you so much. And look, I love each and every one of you unconditionally. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Bye.
Peace. Bye.
Hey, baby.